So after we've done the placement, we can start the drawing process. So first we'll start with the simple parts. For example, we have the water tank over here, and the overflow is actually talking about the discharge pipe, and it has a thickness of 2 inches. So we'll go over here and select this part where we have the 2 inches. Let's bring it outwards just a bit, hit cancel on this, and let's select it once again. We bring it up to here, and then it goes down from this part. For example, the height is 1.9. I can put in 10 centimeters here, and then I'll hit apply. And it also moves down in the plan in the 3D view. The reason that this pipe has gone up is actually because of the settings that are enabled on it. So for now, I'll hit Ctrl Z to reverse this and select this once again and put it on galvanized pipe this time. Then I'll go over here and draw the pipe. So it says no auto route solution was found. Now let's see what the problem exactly is. Well, I don't think it's anything too serious, and we just resolve it and then move on. But first, I'll hit cancel on this and cancel on all of the pieces of the pipe that are protruding out of the wall. Alright, so this is our last bit, which we can select, and in the plan, which we'll be putting on the fine settings, we can select it. But before that, an interesting point that I think I've also mentioned before, I'll put the plan on coarse settings so we can get the walls as light as possible, but the actual goal is to get the pipes as visible as we can. I'll go to the visibility menu and select all of these pipe accessories and like, and put all of them on fine settings. Then I'll do the same for ducts and alike, so I'll put them on fine detail level, so we won't have anything to do with the part down here. Now the walls are shown very minimalistic, but the pipes have high levels of detail. Alright, I'll bring this up to here. Although I think if we'd made a cut over here, we could have done the drawing much easier. So I'll put in minus 0.1 for the middle elevation and hit apply. And then I'll go to the Systems tab and select the Pipe Fittings tool and hit the Load Family option. And then I think I've opened up the accessories, so let's go back and select the pipe fittings and then load up the family. Oh, we already have the connector family over here. Then we'll bring this over here and place it right here. Then apply. Alright, so the connector is here, but I'll disconnect these two momentarily and then go over here and select the connector itself. I'll connect this over here and then start from the connector itself and connect the pipe to up here. Alright, so this part was deleted, so I'll reverse the action using Ctrl Z, and then we try once again by right clicking here, or we can start from the other side. Right click and select the draw pipe option and bring the pipe all the way down to the piece down here. Now we haven't connected them yet, we'll have to find the connection point first. It's right here. So I'll grab the pipe and bring it all the way down here. The reason that this gets deleted is because it hasn't been specified in the settings of this pipe. Now that's fine for now, it's no big deal. So I'll connect them once again, and if it deletes the piece, I'll use the split to separate these parts to show the connector. Now the problem here is the size differential, so I'll have to disconnect them once again. Now the size differential is from the union here, and let's see what else we have here. This is actually a part of the pipe fittings. So I can't really use this piece, I need the same connector that we had before. So I'll have to select and place the connector here once again. Going over here, then selecting the connector and then putting it here. Then I can grab the connector and pull it down here so we can connect up the two systems. The connection doesn't have any faults and it's all fine for now. So that's it for the first part of our work, but for the piece that we have up here, I'll hit tab to select it and then I'll get a copy of it because we have another place for it down here too. So I'll place it here and then we'll have to make sure that these two are connected. So first let's delete the connector and then bring this backwards a bit. Then we can go over to the Systems tab, select the fitting tool and then put the connector here. Then we'll just subtly select the connector and bring it down here to confirm the connection. So that's it for the first two parts here. But then we're going to progress into the next parts. Now let's take a look at the AutoCAD file here to see what we have. Alright, so we have the two lines signifying the 5-inch pipes that connect to the booster pumps down here. And we're going to be doing this part, and this is actually the modeling of the front of our pump house. So it's actually these two places here and here. So based on what we have in the AutoCAD file, it should be 5 inches for the pipes here. So I'll open up the type properties and I'll put in 5 for D out fire and D out water. All right. And I think we already had 5 for the water that was here. And now we can see it up here as well. But it's fine for now. So after that, we'll go over here and select the 5-inch pipe that we have right here. Right click on it and select draw pipe. And because we have the fire and the water together, it gives us a message. So here I can choose the 5-inch pipe instead and then hit OK. Then we continue the pipe up to this point and then it goes up here and then in to the right. Now once again we'll select the 5-inch to connect this to. Alright, so now we'll select the point from about the halfway line of the pipe here. Put in about, for example, 2 meters for the elevation point. And then we'll go over here and click here. Now we'll have to adjust this as well, but we can hit cancel for now. To try this once again, put it in 2 meters of elevation and then hit apply. Now let's bring it up here. And the problem is with the auto routing. It can't find it. And it's no problem, so we'll try this once again, put in 2 for the elevation to see if we can go left instead. Alright, there we go. But for now, I'll zoom out in the 3D view and hit delete on this pipe here. And then using the arrow, I'll rotate the head of this pipe. Now right click on it in the 2D plan and select draw pipe. And we'll bring it up to here. We can leave it here for now, but then later on we'll have to bring it inside of the booster pumps. And then they have another pipe that goes down here. Now let me go to the 3D plan and bring the cut up to this point and rotate this to, let's see, the front view, and then rotate it once again to this point. Now we'll have to adjust the elements in this area. Now the material here, which is galvanized, is fine for now, but we'll need to change the connecting points. For example, I'll select the elbow that connects these pieces up. Then I'll select the fitting tool and hit load family. Then I'll go over here to the direction that I've saved the motor house devices in. Or you know what, we can instead go over to the flange folder, which I've saved here in the fittings. Let's open that up and then we can open up the steel flanges. Alright, then open up the class 150. Let's see what we have here. So hit cancel and back out of this folder. And I'll open up the pipe folder and the fitting folders instead. Then carbon steel and class 150 is where we can find it. The elbow flanged CS class 150 is what we can select and hit open to load up into the Revit file. So for now, I'll put one here as an example, and then let's try to see if we can match these up. So the elbow with the system here. All right, so the size doesn't match up. And I'll select the elbow that we already have in place to see if we can change it from here. All right, it's fine. So we'll delete the example. And then I'll do the same over here as well. Now, if you want to do this easier and quicker, you can create a pipe type for these instead of doing them manually.